What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jerome, and I'm coming to you today with the review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 5, Episode 2, and this episode was titled The Bro Code. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so we have this episode starting out with Lyrica. She's performing her new single, and I'm going to give you a little snippet of that single. It goes, if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. If it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. I don't know the rest of the words because I really wasn't paying that much attention to it, but I do know that it sounded like a dumbass song. Lyrica, stick to what you do better. That's singing, because that rapping wasn't for you, but okay. It was kind of catchy, but the rapping is not for you. Stick with the vocals that you got. So at this party, you got Brooke there and you got Princess there. So, Brooke lets us know that, she is done with the whole love triangle thing that she had last season with her, Booby, and Marcus. And, Princess says that Sonya and Brandy are now coming after her. Sonya came after her on social media, and Brandy came at her via text message. And I'm like, Princess, you are a little punk. A little punk. That's all I got to say. And, so Brooke now has a ring on her finger. And, Lyrica and, what's her name again? Princess asks, is she, getting married? She's like, yeah, I'm getting married and all this kind of stuff. And then she goes into this whole Nikki Parker scene from the Parkers, talking about, I think it was either Thanksgiving or Christmas, that she was at her mom's house in Houston. Marcus showed the ring once again, and she just took the ring and put it on her finger her damn self. And now she's saying that she and Marcus are engaged. I'm like, okay, Nikki Parker. And Professor O would be like, what the hell kind of shit? Like, girl, he didn't give you the ring, so I don't really see how you can say you are engaged to him if he didn't get down on one knee and ask you to marry him. You took the ring out of his hand and put the ring on your finger, saying that y'all are now engaged. But okay, if you say so. And Princess is saying that actually, Brooke was talking about how she let Marcus do his thing now. I'm like, because she's a virgin, a born again virgin at that. Not a virgin, but a born again virgin. And she's talking about she let Marcus do his thing, and I'm like, you letting him do his thing, but you sitting here talking about you engaged to him. How much sense does that make? Okay, what I thought. So, Princess is talking about how Ray hadn't been home in 6 days. And, she said she went on social media. She deleted his pictures. And she took his last name off of her social media, which I was like, wow, scare me now. Like, you a big person. You took Ray off of your Instagram and you took his name down. Like, girl, whatever. And, Lyrica is telling Brooke and Princess about all the shit that happened between her and K. Michelle. How when she went, K. Michelle called her to come down to where she was rehearsing that. K. Michelle called her marriage fake. Talking about how she tried to fuck Safaree and all this kind of stuff. And, Brooke is over like, kind of shook when Lyrica mentioned that K. Michelle said that she tried to fuck Safaree, because Brooke was like, when they were doing a Facebook Live, things between Safaree and Lyrica looked a little bit, more than just friends or whatnot. It looked a little bit more like he was flirting with her, she was flirting with him, vice versa. And, then Ray J pops up, and, he pops up because the family thing going, this whole stuff going on between Princess, Brandy, and his mom. And basically, Ray J just want Princess to give a public apology. And, again, like I said last week, I don't believe Princess owes anybody an apology because she didn't really do anything wrong. Now, like I said last week, I did agree with Sonya about, Princess keeping her business, her marital business, to herself. Because the minute that, she and Ray J work things out, that's when people going to want to bring up the past. And then, Princess is going to be in her feelings and all that kind of stuff. So I did get where I understood where Sonya was coming from, but I also kind of understand where Princess is coming from, because Ray J, he has done his stuff in the past. So I definitely understand where she's coming from with this whole situation. All right, and then in the studio, you got Clutch and Pearls. He is still going over the whole stuff that happened between him and K. Michelle. With K. Michelle telling him that Lyrica was trying to get with Safaree and all that kind of stuff. And then, Marcus Black comes into the studio with him. And Marcus is letting us know what's going on with him. He's saying that he and Brooke have moved on from each other, but he still says she calls him over to the house, but she's not calling him over to go into the bedroom and all that kind of stuff. And he's talking about how he's out sowing his oats and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, okay, Marcus, whatever. We don't really care, but whatever. And they sit down, and then they mention the beef between K Michelle, Clutch and Pearls, and Lyrica Jr. And he's telling Clutch and Pearls is telling Marcus about the stuff that K Michelle said about how Safaree and Lyrica was trying to get with Safaree. And when he said that, that kind of, I guess, maybe rang a bell in Marcus's head. And Mark was like, Brooke told me that when they were on that Facebook Live thing, once again, that she saw some stuff that went on between Safaree and Lyrica that she thought might have been a little bit suspect. And they did show the clip with Safaree and Lyrica at that Facebook Live thing, and to me it looked like it was kind of innocent. So I don't really know what to believe, but whatever they got to do for a storyline, that's what they're gonna do. But to me, it looked a little innocent, although they did look like they were kind of flirting with one another. But again, I think this is all just for a storyline, and we'll see how this plays out later on. Okay, and so then we get this scene where you got K Michelle and you got Bridget Kelly. They're going for a spa day, and you got K Michelle telling Bridget Kelly about the whole situation that happened between her and Lyrica, and her and Clutch and Pearls. And she's telling her how she told Lyrica Jr. that the industry is saying that she's spoiled as hell. And Bridget asked her how did she respond to that, and she told her. And then she basically, she's telling her how she told Lyrica that she was fake and all that kind of stuff, just like her marriage. And I still don't agree with K Michelle telling Lyrica that her marriage was fake, because that was a low blow. Like, I don't get why she's had to even mention her marriage was fake. And she's telling her how Lyrica tried to get with Safaree. So I guess this is gonna be the whole running theme of storyline with those two this season is did Lyrica or did Lyrica not mess around with Safaree? And I guess what's her name, Brooke, got a big ass mouth, because not only did Brooke tell Marcus, she also told Bridget as well. And Bridget is saying to herself, when Brooke told me that when again they were at that Facebook Live, things looked a little bit suspect between Safaree and Lyrica Jr. And I'm like, God damn, Brooke, like, how big is your mouth? Like, weren't you mad at people last season when they were talking shit about you and Marcus's whole relationship? Actually, weren't you mad at Bridget? Like, you were mad at Bridget last season about the shit that she was doing. And now look at what you're doing to Lyrica Jr. and Clutch and Pearls and Safaree. So I don't get, it's hypocritical if you ask me. And they bring up the whole thing about Paris. And K Michelle's thing is, again, she said did K Michelle say that she was pregnant and she sent her assistant or somebody out to go get her some ginger ale, and then when they went out to get the ginger ale, her card declined, and she called Paris and asking her why was she using her credit card and all that kind of stuff. When the hell was K Michelle pregnant? Like, I didn't know K Michelle was pregnant. I knew she's been having all these issues with her health, with her fake booty and all that kind of stuff, but I never knew that K Michelle was pregnant. So if anybody out there really knew that she was pregnant and when she was pregnant, let me know, because like I said, I just did not know that the girl was ever pregnant. That was news to me. I'm like, whoa, when did that happen? New storyline, new development. And then you get this meet up with Paris and K Michelle. So they meeting up with each other, and they having a conversation with each other about the things that has happened and hurt both of them. Paris's whole thing was the fact that K Michelle went to public with the fact that she said that she stole from her, and she said probably at this point she got people on her social media calling her a thief and all that kind of stuff, which is possibly true, because people on social media just do not care, and they will attack and do that from behind a computer screen So I understood where Paris was coming from, and I also understand where K Michelle is coming from, because K Michelle said it really wasn't the whole money thing that was the issue for her. It was the whole thing that she actually what she did, just ordering an Uber and not telling her, like, $50, it ain't a big deal, but it was the fact that she did it and she had no knowledge of it. K Michelle says she works hard for her, what she does. So I 100% understood that one. So, Paris is like, she felt that K Michelle owes her an apology. And K Michelle does apologize to her. But she basically tells her, I wasn't trying to ruin your career or nothing like that. I felt hurt by what happened. K Michelle's talking about how she has all this stuff that her house and all, everything that she has. But she feels lonely because she doesn't have her friends with her. And my whole viewpoint on that one is, K Michelle, you do push your friends away. Like, you push Paris away and you push Jonathan away. Although I can't really stand Jonathan too much because he got on my nerves last season on Love and Hip Hop New York. But you do push them away, and you can't blame nobody but yourself for that. And Paris does apologize to K Michelle for what she did. And I like that whole scene with them. They were able to put their differences behind each other, and they both said it, that they missed the friendship that they had with one another. So I'm like, so it's good to see them put their issues, however they are very trivial and not even that big of issues to have with each other, but they did put them behind one another and move forward with it. Okay, so now you have Apple Watch. She's meeting up with Lyrica Jr. And the reason why she's meeting up with Lyrica is because, after the whole situation that happened last week when her and Lyrica got into it at the party that what's his name, Solo Lucci, was having. So like I said, she meets up with Lyrica. She sits down with Lyrica. She gives her a little bit of backstory about her and all that kind of stuff. Wasn't really listening to it because I couldn't get past her look. I couldn't get past her face. Not saying that she's a bad looking person, but when I kept looking at Apple Watch, all I could see was Tokyo Tony and Glenda from the Seed of Chuck. Like, that's all I kept looking at when I kept seeing her. But she did tell Lyrica how she wants to work with A1, and oh, excuse me, oh shit, sorry. So she wanted to work with A1, and Lyrica was like, it's not, people think that she didn't want A1 to, well, Clutch and Pearls, A1, whichever one we want to call him. She didn't want people to think that she didn't want people to work with, females to work with him. It was the fact that her project wasn't finished last year, and she wanted him to help her finish her project before he went. And you son of a bitch, he wanted her to help. She wanted him to help her finish with her project before taking on any other artist, which I completely understand that. And they hash things out, and they I guess they're gonna be on good terms with one another. So M walks Clutch and Pearls, and he's telling Apple Watch that he is having a promo video shoot, and he wants her to come down. And she says, cool, she'll come down. And then she gets up and she leaves, and she lets those two talk to each other. And you got Clutch and Pearls, and you got Lyrica Jr. sitting there, and he's asking her once again, did she have anything going on with Safaree? Did she fuck him? Did anything like that happen? And Lyrica Jr. gets in her feelings so badly, and she just knocks a drink over, and she's like, I'm fucking that bitch up on sight when I see her. Talking about K Michelle. And he like, let me see your phone. So she gives him her phone, because she was talking about when it came down to her and Safaree texting, they were in a group text or something like that. And I guess Clutch and Pearls basically was saying he knew nothing about that, a group text or anything like that. So like I said, she gave him his phone. When he goes to the phone, he was looking at the messages from her and Safaree, and there was nothing there. And he was like, why come there's no messages here? And Lyrica Jr. was like, the reason why there's no messages there because she don't keep her text messages. And I'm like, bullshit, you keep them text messages. It was probably something in there that you didn't want Clutch and Pearls to see, so that's why you deleted all them text messages. But and you got an iPhone, so if there's a certain message that you don't want him to see, you can clearly and easily just delete the thread of what message you don't want him to see. But Lyrica deleted the whole text messages, so there's nothing there. And I'm like, so I feel like she's hiding something from him with that one. And again, she's getting mad, and she's going off. And then, you know, she going outside into the car, and then the producer come out there, and she's like, fuck him, fuck Hey Michelle, and fuck Safaree, fuck everybody. And I'm like, why are you getting so angry? Like, if you ain't did nothing with Safaree, why are you so angry? Like, it makes no sense. If you didn't do anything, be like, I didn't do anything. Why are you questioning me? You know, but for her to get so intense and so mad, it makes you feel like she is hiding something. So they finally did get her to go back in there with Clutch and Pearls. And, you know, again, she's still on 10, and she's still going off on them, talking about, you know, you believe in K Michelle over me and all this kind of stuff. And Clutch and Pearls is like, well, it's not just K Michelle that said it, it's also Brooke that said it too. And oh shit, my nose hurt. And, you know, she's like, Brooke, you know, Brooke's supposed to be my friend. Like, why are you going around making up these lies and all this kind of stuff? And, you know, once again, she's still puffed up and mad and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, Lyrica Jr., if it's not true, why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? And then, you know, she says, well, I'm staying with my mama tonight. And he says, good, stay with your mama. And I'm like, it's something, I don't know what's going on with this scene and with these two, but it's something, you know, when it comes down to this, I don't know what to believe, because for her to delete her text messages, it makes me believe that there is some truth to it, or there was something that there was something suggestive that probably happened in the text messages. Not saying that she might have fucked Safaree. And then she also did throw out there that K Michelle wanted to fuck Safaree. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with y'all? Like, this is a whole lot of shit. And then Donatella's back. Her wig is coming off. Her wig is coming off. And I'm like, when I actually noticed, I knew she was back last week when I watched the Check Yourself episode. And I'm like, is that the one that kept saying that Birdie E's wig was coming off? And then I was like, yep, that's her. And I'm like, what the fuck is she doing back this season? Like, she had no storyline last season, so why is she back? But she's hosting a party, and you got Princess there, you got Brooke there, and you got Paris there. So all three of them are standing with each other talking. And, you know, Brooke and what's this girl name? Princess, they talking. And, you know, Paris like, y'all know each other? And they were like, yeah, we met at Lyrica's event that she had. And then, you know, Brooke brings up the whole K Michelle and Lyrica beef. And, you know, Paris is like, wait a minute. But wasn't Lyrica just praising K Michelle last week? And you know, Princess is like, yeah, but they done got into it since then. And, you know, this is why Paris is a little bit iffy about, you know, meeting up with K Michelle, because she doesn't know what she's going to get when she meets up with K Michelle, which I completely understand that, because K Michelle is a hothead. And you can call yourself Kimberly or whoever the hell you want to call yourself, K Michelle. You still are K Michelle, the one that'll blow up on a bitch in a heartbeat. So call yourself Kimberly, call yourself whoever the hell you want to call yourself, but you still have the same temperaments, same mentality, and all that kind of stuff. It takes a lot, you know. You have to grow on the inside before you have to grow on the inside and change yourself. Like, you can't just change yourself because you say, oh, I'm gonna call myself by a different name. Like, that's stupid as shit. And, you know, like I said, they are all standing there talking to each other. And, you know, Princess is talking about the beef once again that's going on between her and Sonya and her and Brandy. And, you know, she's telling them that Brandy sent her a text message and basically called Princess scary and all that kind of stuff. And Paris, once again, like last week, she calls Brandy by one of her characters' names. She said, Cinderella said that. I'm like, first it was Moesha, now it's Cinderella. And I tweeted on Twitter, what's next? Chardonnay? And what was that other character that she played on BET? Zoe? Something like that. So I'm guessing next week we'll get Chardonnay, and then probably the week after that we'll get Zoe. I'm like, damn, girl, can you call her by her name? But it is funny as shit to me. So, you know, they're still standing there, and, you know, Brooke notices that Marcus is there. And, you know, she, again, you know, like I said earlier, Brooke and Marcus, you know, talk all day, every day. So Brooke did not know that Marcus was going to beat her. So, you know, Brooke walks it up to Marcus and, you know, talks to Marcus. And Marcus looks hella surprised to see Brooke there. And, you know, while they're talking, up walks another chick. And you know, Brooke was like, oh, is this your assistant? And she was like, no, I'm not his assistant. I'm his girlfriend. And Brooke was like, girlfriend? And, you know, Brooke's whole thing is she was okay with Marcus sowing his wild oats. And I'm like, who says that term in 2018? Sowing your wild oats. But whatever. She was like, you know, you were supposed to be doing that, getting your rocks off and all that kind of stuff. You ain't supposed to be having a whole girlfriend and all that kind of stuff. And then she was like, you know, we just talked 12 hours ago. So how long have you two been together? You guys just got together 12 hours ago and stuff like that. And I'm like, Brooke, you making yourself look really stupid right about now. Like, you just making yourself look stupid. And am I the only person that noticed that Brooke and that girl look so much alike? They look like twins. Like, I know I can't be the only person that noticed that. But, you know, with this scene, compared to last season with Jade, Brooke was a lot different. Brooke wasn't trying to start nothing with this girl. Brooke was actually trying to, you know, be nice to this girl. And, you know, Marcus is trying to talk to, you know, Marcus pulls Brooke to the side and they have a little conversation. And then, you know, his girlfriend comes over and, you know, she's telling him to go and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, Brooke is like, don't be grabbing me on my ass. And then the girl gets mad and like, you grabbing her on her ass and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, she going back and forth with him. And then, you know, Brooke was like, basically telling the girl, you know, this ain't got nothing to do with you. And, you know, talking to Marcus and telling Marcus, you know, what did she say? She mentioned that ring that Marcus had. You know, tell her to do something. Maybe she can get a ring like this. And Marcus is, you know, kind of mad now that Brooke has that ring on her finger, which I'm like, girl, why do you have this ring on your finger? Like, he never asked you to marry him. And then, you know, she was like, wait a minute, you got her a ring too? I'm like, oh shit, Marcus, you got a lot of explaining to do to both her and Brooke. Well, not really Brooke, but this girl, because you claim her as your girlfriend. And Brooke has on a engagement ring. Okay. Brooke, please take that fucking engagement ring off. Like, let that man ask you to marry him. Like, you are actually acting exactly like Nikki Parker. Like, for real. You act like Nikki Parker and you pulling a Chrissy Lampkin move. Because, you know, Chrissy proposed to Jim. So, well, shit. You didn't even propose to Marcus. You proposed to your damn self. Like, that is so desperate. So, okay, so over at Clutch and Pearl's video shoot, he's there doing the video shoot, and again, you know, like I said earlier, he invited Apple Watch there, so she's there, and you know, he's asking her, does she have some rhymes for him, and she's like, no, and then he was like, well, what if Puff was here or something like that, and I'm like, well, number one, you ain't Puff, so she ain't got to worry about that. But I get what he's saying. It's like, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So, I mean, I understood where he was coming from with that one. And, you know, while he's talking to Apple Watch, up walks Ray J. And, you know, Ray J comes up and, you know, they talking. Ray J's telling them about the stuff that's going on between him and Princess and his family and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, he's talking about the gender reveal party and the baby shower and all that kind of stuff. And Clutch and Pearls is like, well, if Lyrica is there, then I'm not coming. Like, I don't want to be around that. And I was here for Apple Watch. Apple Watch, you know, she was like, her and Lyrica are now somewhat on good terms with each other and being cool with each other. So just like she did when Clutch and Pearls came to the meeting with her, you know, that little meeting that she had with Lyrica, she dipped out then. And she did that now. Like, I really respect her for that. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with you. So, deuces, let me see my, you know, I'm going to go over here, hang out, and you two have a conversation. So, when she leaves, they have a conversation. And, you know, basically, Clutch and Pearls is telling Ray J about the whole Safaree and Lyrica situation. And you know, Ray J is like, you know, me and Safaree and A1, we the three amigos, so I really can't see Safaree doing this to us. And you know, Safaree gonna be here for K Michelle's performance, so he lets him know that you know, Safaree's gonna be there for, again, K Michelle's performance. And you know, Clutch and Pearls is like, well, you know, maybe this would be a good opportunity for me to hear from Safaree himself what is going on between him and Lyrica, if anything is going on between him and Lyrica. And again, Ray J is just like, you know, I can't see the homie doing you like that, which I would hope he wouldn't do you know, do them like that. But you know, this is a Mona Scott Young production, so anything is possible when it comes to the bullshit of Mona Scott Young. Oh, come on. I think my battery just died. Damn. It didn't die? So we get to the gender reveal party, and Princess is not happy to see Sonya, Brandy, and Sonya's wife. So, you know, Ray J gets up there and, you know, he asks Princess, does she have anything that she want to say? Basically, this is him trying to get her to give that public apology. And instead of her giving an apology, she says, you know, she wants to thank her friends and family who came from Texas. And I'm like, you got friends? Like, where? We didn't know you had friends. But, you know, so she thanks her friends and family for being there. And, you know, he says, you got anything else you want to say? Nope, she didn't want to say anything else. So they do the gender reveal, and it is revealed that they have a little girl. They're having a girl, which she is a cute little girl. Like, I think she is so beautiful. But she actually does kind of look like Sonya just a little bit. But, whatever with that one. And, you know, Ray J, like, you know, Princess wanted the little Ray J, and I wanted a little Princess. So they have, like I said, they're having a girl. And, you know, Sonya and Brandy come up and talk to Ray J and Princess. And, you know, Ray J, again, is talking about Princess giving them the public apology. And I'm like, for what? Like, I get that what Princess did was wrong, going to social media, but it does not warrant a public apology. It was not that serious, and it was not that deep. And Princess's whole thing is she feels like, you know, they should apologize to her because they know the shit that Ray do, and I'm thinking to myself, that is true. Y'all do know that Brandy, your brother's not perfect, and Sonya, your son, is not perfect. You know this motherfucker does cheat. Like, why are y'all acting like he's a saint and a martyr all of a sudden? Like, I'm really confused by that whole thing. Like, y'all are acting like he's something that he's not. So, what? And, you know, Sonya then gets into it with Princess. But she's like, you know what? I've lost a child once before, so I don't want to stress you out. She said, I will talk to you once you had a baby. And I'm like, Sonya, none of this shit is that damn deep or that serious. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, you and that poodle on your head need to dip the fuck out and leave. Like, I don't understand that whole situation. And then you got Brandy over here trying to be Mother Earth, Zen sister, whatever you want to call her, to Princess. And I'm like, Brandy, please shut the hell up. Like, you getting on my nerves too, just like your mama. Because, you know, she's trying to tell Princess, you know, you don't have to put everything out there in the public, like certain stuff, which I'm not sitting here saying I don't agree with that, because I do agree with the fact that there are certain things that Princess should not, especially when it comes to her marriage. Like, don't put everything out there on social media so that people can have an opinion about your marriage. So I do get that. But y'all are being very hypocritical. Like, I really can't get with y'all. Because let us not forget, Brandy is the one who did lie when she got pregnant, you know, back in 2002 with her daughter, lied and said she was pregnant just to keep up a image and a persona to the public, when in actuality you were not married, you were just a baby mama. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, so this family does like to sweep shit under the rug, but like, I was with Princess the whole time with this, and I don't even care for Princess like that, but I was actually on Princess's side. Like, when she said, how am I gonna take advice from somebody who can't even stay in a relationship longer than 3 months? I said, damn, the shade. And then, she's talking about Brandy, trying to give her advice. But, she's talking about every time she looks at the shade room, Brandy is always clapping back at somebody, which that is true. Brandy is always trying to clap back at somebody. But Brandy talking about she not a punk and all that kind of stuff. And Princess said, well, neither am I. And again, I'm like, what is this whole argument about? Like, I get it. Princess could learn to keep some stuff to herself, but all of this over a meme that she posted on social media, like, I don't get it. Like, it's stupid, and it's really, really stupid. And Princess says, once the baby is here, they can have a relationship with the baby, but as far as her, she's done. And I can't say I blame Princess because of the shit that is going on. Like, I just don't get it. Like, all of this behind a stupid ass meme, like, that could have been handled in private. Like, really, like, I was really confused by that whole thing. Hold on, you guys, I gotta catch up on my notes and see if I went over it. Yep, I did. Okay, so once they're done with that, you get Lyrica coming in, and Lyrica is going off on Brooke, because Brooke told Marcus about the whole situation between, alleged situation between, Safaree and Lyrica Jr. And, Lyrica is going off on Brooke, telling Brooke that it's not true and all that kind of stuff. And if it is true, where are the text messages? Where are the text messages? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, Lyrica Jr., why would Brooke have text messages? It was your phone and Safaree's phone. And, Brooke's whole thing was, well, when they were in New York, Safaree was flirting with Lyrica Jr. And Lyrica's like, he was flirting with you too. And then, she's like, you and K Michelle just alike right about now. Y'all both fake as fuck and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, Lyrica, if this is what you want to do, you want to cause a scene, girl, do you? Nobody really gives a shit. To be quite honest with you, I really don't care about if Lyrica mess with Safaree or not. Like, it's whatever. Who gives a shit, again, like I said. Okay, lastly, we get this scene where Safaree and A1 are finally meeting up with each other. So, they are meeting up in a parking lot, which was really weird. And, Clutch and Pearls was asking Safaree, so, why you texting my wife and all this kind of stuff? And, Safaree is like, bitches like me, hell, and she like me too. And I'm like, oh God, why'd you have to say bitches like you? Like, and then, because I'm like, he's gonna think you calling his wife a bitch. And then, Clutch and Pearls is over taking off his chains and all that kind of stuff, ready to fight Safaree. And that was how the episode ended, with those two. So tell me how you guys feel about this episode. Like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later.